So I'm over at Cloud Bar. Which is just at the end of Bassac Lane, which is the area I want to move to. And I was just here viewing an apartment that had a lot of potential because it was like the exact location I wanted. And it's very spacious for the price. It's only $250 a month. Yeah, and I just saw it and I signed up for it, whatever you want to call it. I said I'll take it. And so I wanted to be close to this bar. It's like 300 meters from here. So it's on Google it says like 2-minute walk. And I went in there and it looks so big. It's about twice as big as my apartment now, probably, or more. And I go over to the bathroom beside the kitchen area, and where the shower is, the water heater is like not there. It's not on the wall. Like usually there's a separate unit like attached to the wall that the water runs through that, and you turn that on when you have a shower and it gives you hot water. So I go in there and it's not there on the wall. You could see where it used to be, but it's not there. And I'm like, oh, there's no hot water? And they're like, yeah, there is. It's in the other bathroom. So I'm like, what? There's two. So like then you go into the bedroom, and in the bedroom it has its own bathroom, like in the bedroom, and that bathroom does have a water heater and everything. So that'd be the one you wake up in the morning and go in there and have a shower. So that was like the only thing I could find wrong, but they have a water heater, so it's fine. And there's 2 balconies too, actually. One is has not much depth. When you step out there, it's like 1 foot of going out. I think that's more to put your laundry rack out there maybe. But the other balcony is deep and big, so tons of room. You could have people over, no problem. You could have like 10 people over probably, and lots of room. Howdy, Jonathan. And then I'm joining another band here with this guy Ali G, and I'm jamming with him tonight. It's supposed to be around 7, which is like in 20 minutes or 15 minutes, but he says 7 or 8, so it might be in 20 minutes or it might be like an hour and a half. Last week it ended up being like 8, so it's probably going to be later. So I can't go all the way back home from here. It's like far away, so I'm just killing time until I have band practice with Ali. So I thought, I'll just grab a beer and do a live. I haven't done a live in a little while. And I can tell you guys how I got the apartment. It's nothing too flashy. It looks kind of dated. It's not like a modern style, but it's a sweet, nice old lady landlord, and you can tell she's going around wiping everything, and she's trying to be really smiling and cleaning everything, and looks like she runs a tight ship. And they told me and it's like 1 unit per floor, so there's no one else on my floor. If you like there's no one through the walls, I guess through the ceiling, that's it. And they said it's all foreigners. Just 1 month deposit, so $250. I found it on Kamai24. You reach out when you find places you like. Kamai24 is a website, khmer24.com. And a lot of people will go, oh, don't go there, like you'll get ripped off or something. You message on ones you're interested in, and then an agent will contact you, and they'll send you a bunch more different options that they find for you. So I had like 4 or 5 of these agents all sending me links all the time, and they're always too expensive or far away. And then all of a sudden, this one's like right in Basak Lane. It's like right in Basak Lane, not just close to it. It's like in it. And you go in there, and it's like there's no way that you could beat it. Like the size and the what you get for it, and it's a nice street, and it's close, and it just has everything. So I thought I'll walk away, and, like, I should sleep on it, or it feels too fast. But I thought, what is there to think about? Like, it's all you take a day or two, and then someone else takes it, and then I'll be really pissed off. The only thing I could have done, I noticed, I got there like 10 minutes early, and I'm waiting outside, and there's little signs there's a few buildings all down this little side street. And maybe I'll post a short later. I took a couple quick video clips. And on every gate in front of each building, there's a little square sign that says for rent with phone numbers. So I guess for people walking around trying to find places on their own on foot, that you could message these numbers and try to talk to them yourself. But this lady, for instance, she didn't speak English at all, so there's no way I would be able to, maybe. But what I'm thinking is, if I would have said, I'll think about it, and then called that number, go behind the agent's back and go talk to them myself, I probably could have got it cheaper than $250 maybe. But it's already a steal. It looks like a place that would be $300 or $350, but it's third floor, and it's a walk up. I have to walk up the stairs to get to it. Pierce says, I wonder if he can put a deposit on a place now for when he arrives in August. I don't know. I think there's a lot wrong with that idea. You can't do that. And like the places that'll be open in August, people are still living in them right now. Like you'll have to wait till the last week of July or... You have to sign a receipt and stuff. Like, how are you going to do all that? I'm sure they would want your money, and then you risk too. Like, what if for some reason you do that and they let you put a deposit down and commit to like a year lease, over to the internet somehow, and then what if you experience trouble like getting into the country for some reason? I don't even know why, but then all of a sudden you can't get in, but you have an apartment you're paying for and you're not even there. I'd say just there's many places. It's not like a shortage. It might have seemed that way the way I talk about it, because I'm really choosy with what I need in terms of the location. Because I'm going to be walking everywhere. I want it to be like, I wanted the location I have right now, because most of the stuff I do now is in this neighborhood or much closer. That guy Ali I'm meeting here, he lives just on this street right over here too. And the rock band that I play in, that's another band. We practice in this bar. So those are the two like main bands, and now I'm both of those. I'm like a 2-3 minute walk away from practicing with both of those main bands. Then I have my original band, the Visa Runners, and they're a little bit more south of here, but I'm like way closer than I used to be now. Like living here. Now it'll be like a 5-minute tuk-tuk ride instead of 40-minute. Like I'm 3/4 of the way there already, kind of thing. And actually, I was looking on many different apartment hunting apps too. And there's this one app that's more bougie. I forget what it's called, Cambo Realty or something. And they deal with more expensive properties usually only. And their lowest thing is 300. Like if you want to filter by price, it won't even let you choose below 300. And this place I just booked, the one that I'm gonna take, I found it on that app as well, and they were asking 300 for it. So it shows that it's a type of place where you could ask 300. And I got it for 250. I thought it looked great. It's kind of funny. The staircase going up is like half the width. It's like so narrow when you're going up. It's like it's the width of a human body. Like, so your shoulders are almost touching as you go up as we go up. I'm like, fat people would not be able to even get squeezed through here. I'm like scratching my legs. I was standing in her front garden, like signing everything, just getting eaten alive because it's right about dusk. It was like 6:30 at night. And I think those are like the 2 hours of the day where the mosquitoes are the worst, like right when the sun is going down, just as it's going down. And I probably got like 6 bites on each ankle. Like, it really annoys me, the mosquitoes sometimes. Like in the first like 25 minutes after you just get a bite, it's like a kind of itchiness you can't ignore. It's really friggin' annoying. Like, and I have like 6 on each ankle right now. It's almost like a burning feeling. It's so itchy. I go down and feel, and I can feel like a whole bunch of bumps close to me. It's like they bit me all around the same area. I don't know, I think it'd be pretty hard to, like, I could have cut out the middleman and tried to get less than 250 for this place I got, but it looks like, I don't know if they would go down to 200. It might be like 220 at the least. Like, it looks like a great place. I can't picture what the problem would be. Maybe on Friday, Saturday it might get loud, but I don't care about that. I'll be down there. Pierce is asking, can I still use my Canadian bank account in Cambodia? Yes, you can, but it charges a fee. It charges like $5. So you should pull out as much as possible. Don't just pull out $20 because you don't want to have to keep paying the fee over and over and over again. So when I first came here, I was pulling out cash like that because I didn't have a bank account or a job here yet. And I would take out 300 US, and that was about 400 Canadian because of the difference. Edward says he uses Tiger Balm on his ankles for mosquito bites. Works great. I need to buy some for sure. What I need to do is, I don't ever put bug spray on, and you really should. You can buy them in convenience stores in tiny little pump bottles by the cash register here. I brought some from Canada that was like deep woods muskol, like really strong stuff, and I used it in Thailand, and I felt like sick from it. Like my skin absorbed the chemicals were having an effect on me, and I didn't like it. Yeah, Pierce, the mosquitoes here are like a little bit smaller, and they're completely silent. You know, if you're laying in your bed or camping or something, and there's a mosquito, and you can hear like a high-pitched you can hear them, and here you cannot hear them at all because they're too small, and they're like faster too. So you see it for a second, and then it's like it just disappears because it moves so quick, and they're smaller. So you lose track of it, and then all of a sudden you feel it. You're like, so they can get you. I feel like they get you more here. Like in Toronto, they're. You see them and clap, you can kill them. Here you're like chasing them and you can't. They're faster and smaller and silent. Yeah. And I've had this conversation with people. I've noticed this, and a couple other people I've talked to, they've seen it where a mosquito is almost like taunting you. Like it comes out, like let's say it lands on you and you go to kill it and you didn't get it. And you see it and it'll go, like I had one going under my couch and coming out and getting my legs when I'm sitting there. And I almost killed it, and you see it flying, and then it goes back. It's like it'll come out and try to attack and then go back to its hiding spot or land on something black, and then it waits till a little bit till I'm like distracted or using my phone, and then it comes out, and then I go after it, and you see it retreat back to where his hiding spot was. Like it's like he had more of a plan than just dumbly floating around like in Canada. It's like they have strategy. Edward Woodcroft says he's from Calgary. Where am I? I'm from Toronto. Do you hate me now? In Canada, sometimes the rest of Canada hates Ontario. But even if that's true, I'm not the stereotype of the type of people they hate. Like I'm not the Ontario people they hate. So I'm probably still cool. Calgary is close to the West Coast, if anyone doesn't know, in Alberta. There's a lot of like cowboy type guys there and cattle and the Big Smoke. Oh, you're born in Hamilton. Nice. So yeah, if you're just I just looked at an apartment before this and I decided to go with it. And now I have like an hour to spare before a band practice, so I just decided to go live. And if any of you are wondering about teaching English, but you don't have a degree, and you're thinking, I can't do it. Most countries you have to have a degree, but in Cambodia you don't need any degree. You can just get a TESOL or TEFL certificate. That's all you need. You could literally just do the program that I took. It's 4 weeks. It takes place in Phnom Penh, and they teach you how to be a teacher, and they certify you. It's government accredited, and then as you're coming out of that, they line you up with a job placement. So if it's something you're interested in, you should really check it out. The school's called AVSE, and then mention my name if you sign up. And I've put a link in a lot of the other videos. Lars is asking, Basak Lane has poolside villa. Have you been there? No, I haven't, but I've checked that out on the hotel apps a lot. I've seen all the pictures of it and read the reviews and stuff. That's great. I'm literally across the street from that. If I walked out this door behind me, I could throw a rock into that pool. It's right behind me, basically. Poolside villa. And so that's a cool area, but it would be really loud, like, because this Basak Lane is like a nightlife hub. You'd probably see ladies of the night coming in and out of there and stuff too. If you're checking, Lars, look up Cloud Bar and look up Poolside Villa. I bet you it's within 100 meters. I might be wrong, but it's pretty dead in here because it's Tuesday and it's only like 7. Not even 7. It's 6:50. That's where the stage usually is on Thursdays, but it's not Thursday today. Oh man. My ankles are just all mosquito bites. So what's new with you guys? I've had a few people sign up for the TEFL course. Why do Canadians not like Toronto folk? Well, there's an attitude that everyone I'm from Toronto, so it's hard for me to say this, but I think what it is they, a lot of Toronto gives off this vibe like we think we're better than everybody, so all the other provinces don't like it, and Ontario is much more expensive to live in. So it's like, oh, the Toronto and your fancy expensive cost of living and all that. And then and it's not very like small town, really nice people. It's not like that. Like you'll come on the subway and everyone is stressed and get out of my way, I'm late, and like, you know what I mean? It's like in the city, like, so you come there and it's just it's cold and heartless, and we think we're better than everyone, and it's twice as expensive. So they just say they hate Ontario. Maybe I'm wrong. That's what I think it is. Lars is asking, do I use malaria meds? I think no, I didn't get that. I got a bunch of travel shots before I came. I think malaria was not one of them. I forget what I got. Malaria, I think you have to buy pills. Yeah, if you go to the countryside, Lars is saying, that's right, then it's much worse. I mean, you're much more at risk. Pierce is saying this is why he wants to leave. Yeah, he's from Toronto too. There's a lot of yuppies, so I think that stands for a young professional. And also, because like when you go to places like Alberta, in some towns, in some cities, they're more rural. Like in Alberta, especially, a lot of them wear cowboy hats, or they have the Edmonton too. Like they have cities too, obviously. But I mean, when people come from Toronto, we're way more like city slickers, and so it's like there's conflict with like the way you act and your interests and things like that. Or you ask for a certain type of bottled water that you'll only drink that kind or something like that. Like fancy people stuff, they don't like that. Pierce is asking, you finished your school year? Yeah, like the classes part is done, and now starting tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's exam week. And so I have to go to work, and when they do exams, teachers have to stand in the room and make sure they're not cheating. And they always try to cheat. They write on their legs, or they try all kinds of stuff. They're talking, or sometimes before you get there, they write on the walls. And then during the exam, they can look around the room at the walls and try to see the answers and stuff. So they call it being an invigilator. And then I think my classes, they do their English exam tomorrow. So then on the next day, Thursday, I'll get them and I could start marking. I'm going to have like almost 200 exams to mark. So Thursday, Friday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the next week, I'll be like watching exams and marking those exams from my classes. And then Thursday, I have to come to school just till noon. And then I had like 1 half day left in my vacation, so I used it on the Thursday. And then the next day, Friday, is a vacation day. And the next 2 weeks, I used up my vacation time. And after that, summer school starts, and I'm not doing summer school. So I really just have to work, like starting tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then Thursday, I just come in till noon, and we're not doing anything. I just have to be there. So I have 6.5 work days left, and then I'm out of there. And I'm trying to get the move-in date for this apartment to be that Thursday, next Thursday. So even though it's kind of like I'm overlapping with my existing apartment by about almost a whole month. So I'm gonna have both apartments for almost a whole month, but I don't care. I want to get out of that other one. What's the difference, really? A few weeks. I'll just stay there with my arms folded, like I'm using my money's worth. Like, it's so dumb. Like, get out, get into the good life. Like, so and what's the difference? Like, I've got enough money. I'm not like waiting for the pay. I just already paid the $250. I'm in. So it's gonna be awesome. Oh yeah. So I'm do all the exams, finish all my marking. Thursday, go there for half the day, and then when I leave there at noon, I'm gonna come here and get the keys, I guess, right? And then move in. And I was even thinking, well, maybe I could just wait 1 more week just to not rush so early. But the week after that is like the 30th and the 1st of July. And in 2 of my bands, I have a gig on the 30th and then another gig on the 1st. And we'll have practices right before that, leading up to that. It'll be hectic with practices for 2 different bands. So I don't want to add in moving into all of that too. So it actually makes sense to do it like next week and not the week after that, because I have back-to-back shows that weekend that I would, if I wait. If I do it next week, which is a week before the shows, then I'm already moved in and I can just like walk to my show, one of them. I think the other show will be a short tuk-tuk, but yeah. So I kind of lose a little bit, I guess you could say, because I'm gonna have both apartments for like 3 weeks. I'm moving a little bit early, but who cares? Let it go. Get into the good life. And then I can move my stuff slowly. And yeah, I really don't like it. It's not like torture or anything. It's just, I don't like that area. I don't have a balcony. It's not working for me. Craig is asking, what makes apartments bad in Phnom Penh? Well, Craig also asked, how much time off do we have a year? We get like 23 days, I think, altogether. And some of that is sick days, and it's like 2.5 weeks, and then plus a couple personal days and a couple sick days, something like that. So what makes apartments bad? Well, different things, like if the neighborhood floods a lot, or if you don't have an elevator. Like the place I just signed up for has no elevator, and I'm on the 3rd floor. It's not too bad. I know what you mean, the guards with the whistles. What he's talking about, he says for him in Bangkok, it's security guards with whistles that really annoy him. And what it is when people are leaving their apartment and they get into a car to drive away, or even in their motorbike, but especially like a big SUV, and they're trying to back out of the front of the apartment onto the road, and you've seen the traffic here. There's no order. There's no like stopping and waiting for the other person. There's no taking turns or anything. It's just everyone is pushing forward to where they need to be, and they're going to get there first. And everyone has that in their mind. Even if you're going straight and someone else is going left to right, they could instantly just jump in front of you and across, and that's completely normal. And there's about 100 people doing that constantly, and it's swirling. It's like liquid, the traffic. So now imagine you're in a big SUV and you're trying to back out into this like crazy rushing river of like swirling cars and tuk-tuks and bicycles and people walking and like people pulling carts and like, so the guard, he starts to walk out into the road and he's just reefing on a whistle, and he's like he's helping the car back out into the chaos. And then but when you have all these buildings doing that and it's right around the time when people are driving, you just hear like all these guards blowing in the whistle so hard. They do it in front of schools too when the parents are trying to pick up their kids and stuff. Lars said the last time he was here, he gave a security guard in front of the hotel $1 every night for looking after his scooter. He probably loved that. That's a good tip. Here, tipping's not even like that. It's not as customary as it is in North America. Like people still do it, and it's good. It's very good. Just you should still tip, but not everyone tips here. You could get away with not doing it for some things or certain times. Like in America, they would chase you out. The waitress will chase you outside and swear at you and yell at you if you don't tip them and stuff like. Or if you leave a tip that's too small, they'll chase after you, yell at you, and give it back to you. And they'll say, "You obviously need this more than I do if you're only giving me that much." That's how intense like tipping is in Canada and America. And so I'm literally moving because it's next Thursday. Like the only reason I wouldn't move, like the only reason I'm even in that current apartment back in Sensac is because it's close to where I work. And so that day, I'm telling you, that's a half day that I walk out of there next Thursday at noon. That's literally the last day that I have to like go to that school. So until September, but and that's when I'm going to get the keys to the new place. So literally like right on the day that I don't need to be in that area anymore, I'm out of there. Like I'm not staying a single day more than I have to be close. Like as soon as the day I don't have to be close to that school, I'm gone. Pierce says he's been told stories about people tipping a few dollars in Cambodia and the locals are totally not used to it. They act like they won the lottery. Yeah. When people do tip, it's usually like, I could be wrong, but from what I've seen, people give like 1,000 real. That's like 25 cents. I'm sure also they make another bill here that's 5,000, and that's about $1.25. So I bet you they get those bills from people that have more money, and then they could probably get just 1,000 from most people, I think. That's my feeling, that like 1,000 real is the standard. If someone does something for you or goes and gets you something or whatever, you slip them 1,000. It's 25 cents. Tipping, it's not, don't feel like you have to or anything. An option on this, in this chat too. There's super thanks and super. No, but and you want to tip, you can do that in the chat now. It's available. But you don't have to. I do these lives to like right now I'm killing time, and also it helps keep the channel alive. Like if you're not posting anything, you'll just fade away into oblivion. So I like to just keep the content going. So it's not about getting money from you guys. Yeah, Lars says in Finland they don't tip. It's included in their salary already. Do you know in America and Canada they make a different category of salary for waitresses, and it's called a server wage, and it's about half the price. It's almost half of what minimum wage is. Like they've made a different type of wage for waitresses, and it's like half of what minimum wage is, so that they have to rely on their tips. They actually make more. Like most of their paycheck is the tips, and then their paycheck is just very small. Right. And that's why it's so important to them. It's like when a customer doesn't tip them, it's like they did all that work for no money, because they're literally getting paid nothing. I think minimum wage is like $15 an hour in Canada, and a server would get like $7. But then plus they could make like 150 in tips in one night because everyone's tipping. And people will say that you should tip 20%. Craig says in Thailand they charge a 10% service fee. Yeah, different restaurants can do what they want to. Some restaurants will do it if you have a big group. Like if you come in and dine with a group of like 10 people, they'll say, oh, if it's like 8 or more people, then we add on a service fee because it takes more work from the waitresses and stuff. Oh, I just got a message that my data's running out. So it's no big deal. I just top it up. I pay like $1.50 for 15 gig. It's like so much, but the live might cut out pretty soon. Maybe I should, maybe we'll just let it cut out. We'll just keep going till it dies. Glad my ankle stopped hurting. Does anyone else have any questions? Or I've had a bunch more people sign up for AVSC, so that's good. If you're wondering about teaching or you know anyone, get them to send me a message or reach out. I'll let you know the steps on what to do. So yeah, go me. I finally found my apartment. It's only $250. I realized too, I spend about $1 a day on a tuk-tuk going to work right now. So at work days, that's $20. And then coming to this bar, going here and back costs about $5. And I do that twice a week. So that's $40 in a month. And then on the weekend, I usually come here too. So that's another $20. So right there, like just all those tuk-tukings all added up together in a whole month, I spend like $80 a month on a tuk-tuk because I live in Sensok. So my point is, the apartment I'm moving to is $50 cheaper than I pay now. It's $250 instead of $300, and then I'm gonna save another $80 a month probably on tuk-tuks, or at least another $50. Because you might argue, oh, well, I'll tuk-tuk to other places or whatever, but I'll at least save another $50. So that's like I'm going to save $100 a month off my budget compared to now. And I know I could do cheaper with food too. I order a lot, and because I have extra money, I'm not cheaping out. I get good food sometimes, so. Craig says it's probably really cheap renting a motorbike there. Yeah, it is. It's like, I forget exactly, but it's like $200 a month, I think, or maybe less than that. No, that's about right, I think. That's probably a good guess. I think it would be smarter to buy a motorbike, unless if you're a tourist, then you should rent one. But if you're going to live here, you should just buy one, because then you could sell it after you're done with it. Renting, you're just throwing money away. Me too, I don't have one, I'm scared. If I even turn my head and yawn at the same time, I get hurt. I don't imagine if I fell off a motorcycle. Yeah, Craig says every week he sees someone laying on the street here. I know in regards to this apartment hunting, I even thought so too. I was having trouble finding a place before. Now I got one, and I thought, well, what if I find an awesome place, but it's like 2 kilometers away, so pretty close, but not right here. I could get just a normal bicycle, like not a motorbike, but a bicycle, and then I could bike here in 2 seconds. But same thing. Then you're lying on the road. You wake up lying on the road one day. Lars says $3 a day, so that means it's more like $100 a month. Yeah. Yeah, I think for a month, Lars is right. But if you rent it for only 1 day or 2 days, it'll be like $7 or $10 a day. Like you get a better deal if you go longer. Yeah, and you have to leave your passport at the motorcycle place. They keep it locked in a drawer or something until you bring the bike back. That's another problem I have with that. I've heard stories where you could leave like a cash deposit too with them, or you could try to leave other documents like your driver's license or something, but the standard thing is they want your passport. All right, well, anyways, my data is running out, so and the battery too, so I'll probably end it here, or unless now's your chance, we can go another like 5 minutes if you if anyone's sitting there with a question you wanted to ask, or if you know anyone, or you ask around and you hear anybody that wants to do the teaching abroad thing, tell them about my channel or spread the word. All right, no one's got anything? Well, thanks for tuning in. It's good to see you guys. I know I haven't been posting that much this week, but it's because it's like this exam week and tons of marking and it's just craziness. But as I said, like as of next week, I'm just going to be free every single day. So I could like get up early, have a great morning, go film some stuff. It only takes me like 3 hours to edit something, and then so like by late afternoon, I could like make a video every day almost. I think what I would do is when I post a video, I want it to be up for like 48 hours before I do another video, before I post up another video. So it'll be like every third day, I guess, put one up. Like each video will be up for 48 hours before the next one comes. That's what I want to do. And sometimes lives, so it'll either be a video every 48 hours or a live. So it's going to start getting way more frequent, way more cool stuff. But anyways, love you guys. Remember, how you spend your days is the way you spend your life. It's never too late to start.